we on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Are you ready? All right, guys. Just gonna wait a couple of minutes so everybody can get on. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Want a kiss? Yeah, you forget about me, bruh. Have a good class, dude.
Thank you. Okay, just give it a few more minutes. Now is also a good time to get your music set up if you don't have that already. If you like a playlist, if you go to my Spotify, that's hannah.dea, then our HIIT playlist is right at the top, and it's just HIIT 4-1. You can use your own music too, though, if you'd rather. All right, just a couple more minutes. If you are new to HIIT with us, this class is going to work in 4 rounds. Each round will consist of 8 sets. We'll have 40 seconds of a high intensity, something fast-paced, and then we'll have 20 seconds of a low intensity, so holding something in between. In between each of the rounds, we're going to do 30 seconds of rest. You're welcome to take more time. You can always pause, jump back in when you're ready, that type of thing. So do what you need to. Take care of yourself. Take your time. Have fun with it. You don't need anything other than yourself and your mat. If you'd like to wear tennis shoes, welcome to. You don't need a mat. You can do this anywhere you have some open space. We'll just give it a couple more minutes. Let's see. Hopefully this lighting ends up working out okay. All right, and just give me 1 minute. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started, and anyone's welcome to hop in once we go. We're gonna start with just a little bit of a warm up, so you can go ahead and take it back into a child's pose, get comfortable. If child's pose is not comfortable, of course, you're always welcome to modify. I'm gonna start my timer here. You won't be able to see it much, but I'll be cueing everything, so don't worry about it as we go. And if you have your playlist pulled up, I'm going to start with Run for Me. And go ahead and hit play. I'll count you down. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So separate your knees as wide as you'd like. Let your hips drop back towards your heels. You can always start just with that kneel, a little bit of motion through your hips. You can walk your fingertips forward as far as you'd like. Take a little sway into your ribs, into both sides of your neck. Just starting to feel like your body. Notice how you feel this morning. It's good to check in. And then when you're ready, start to walk the fingertips a little farther forward. Find more length out of both sides. And then grip down through the pads of your fingers, shift forward and find a table. Stack your shoulders directly over your wrists and your hips directly over your knees. A little bit of engagement through the front side body. Draw your belly button just slightly towards your spine. And then from that neutral line, take a big inhale, fill all the way up. With your exhale, press the floor away. Tuck your chin to your chest and pull your belly into your spine concave. On your inhale, open belly down. Uncurl the base of your hips, the tip of your tailbone back and up, and a nice full breath. With the exhale, tuck and compress to the front side body. Press to your shins, to the tops of your feet. I'll take just one more like that. Big, full breath. This is always your pace. Doesn't have to be in sync with my cue. With your exhale, round and squeeze to the front side. On your next inhale, bring it back to neutral. Tuck your toes under. With the exhale, press your hips back towards the sky. Downward facing dog. You can pedal out your heels. Walk out your hips. So just taking the time, taking inventory. Noticing the different spaces. Think pushing away through the roots of your thumbs to the pads of your fingers. Find length in the back of your neck. You can chuck your chin to your chest. Turn your head right to left a little bit. Don't worry if the heels hover high. Don't worry if the knees bend a lot. That's always okay. You never need to force it. When you're ready, take tiny steps. Walk all sway right to left. And just decompressing, unwinding from the tailbone to the crown of your head. And when you're ready, we'll release the grip. You can heel toe your feet together, or you can keep that space if you like. We'll soften the knees even more. Pull your belly up and in, and then push away through your feet to stack your spine one vertebra at a time. I'll take it all the way up to the top. Big reach up and out of both sides. Palms meet overhead. With your exhale, draw it in. Thumb start at center. One more big inhale, circle all the way out. This time we'll add an arch at the top. With the exhale, you can cactus the elbows if that feels good to keep it nice and broad across your chest. On the inhale, reach high, up and up. With the exhale, hinge from the crease of your hips, fold it heavy, up, out, and over the legs. We'll take an inhale to a long, flat back. Maybe pressing your hands to your shins, even to your thighs, and come forward. With the exhale, soften it, let it go heavy across both legs. Again, just one more inhale to length, then pull your belly in and forward. With the exhale, fold, plant your palms, and step back to a high plank. Top of your push-up, and shoulders stacked over your wrists. Angle your tailbone towards the base of your heels, but lift your belly up and in the front side of your body, up and in towards the back plane. One more big breath in. With the exhale, all the way down to your belly. Maybe you use the knees, maybe you come down one piece. Put the tops of your feet flat for Cobra, Bhujangasana at the bottom. On your inhale, lift your chest, but keep the roots of your thumbs, inner edges of your palms rooted down. Keep length at the back of your neck. Big breath in. With the exhale, all the way down. Inhale, press to your table. Widen your knees. We'll take it back to your child's pose. Maybe again, do a little bit of motion. Just to give yourself a moment here in our first round. Take that in, it'll shift forward back to your table, tuck your toes. With the exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels high, drop both heels to the left side, and take a little press into the outer edge of your right hip. Just feel into that side, along to the right side body, maybe even gaze underneath the right armpit. And when you're ready, bring it up through center, switch it to your right, both heels down, press the left hip high. Bring it to center, starting with down dog jacks. So maybe hopping the feet in and out towards the midline.
Light on the balls of your feet. If it's ever too much to take the hop, you can always take it down. You can take that impact out just by with a tap right to left. If it's still too much with a tap, you can always bring it down to the knees. That'll give you a lot of support. Same thing, tapping the toes right to left. Wherever you are here, keep the active push away through your thumbs, the pads of your fingers, so you're always supporting it with the stability, the strength of the shoulders of your body. You're here for 10 more seconds. So it's not long. It'll go by quick. We're gonna hold a static dog for our first low. Last one, toes in towards the midline, press the heels back, press the inner thighs back. And here's your time to breathe. If any of our lows are never supported enough, then you're always welcome to take it back to a child's pose. That's always available to you regardless as well. We have 3 more seconds. We're coming to dolphin push-ups. So drop your knees, drop the elbows just in line with your shoulders. You can keep the palms flat, forearms parallel, or interlace the fingers. And we're gonna lift your hips back and up to shift forward and back. Forward and back, belly button up and in towards your spine. Starting to feel that heat in your shoulders. But keep an active squeeze and think hugging your elbows in towards the midline of your chest. Same thing with the inner thighs, pulling in towards the center of your pelvis. You can always take this shift with your knees down as well. You just have 10 more seconds. Keep an active push away through your forearms down to your mat, to the floor. Maybe through the palms. You're here for 2. Holding a sphinx in 1 shift. 4, drop your hips down. Separate the forearms if the palms are interlaced. Just give you a little broader base here. You can take motion into both sides of your neck. You can keep your toes tucked under. You can release the tops of your feet flat. For our next set, we're going to pop it back to the knees. Take your left leg back. Flex your left toes, think extending, kicking through your heel, and then we're going to tuck left knee in towards your left elbow. You can keep your right knee down just as it is. You can tuck your right toes under if you'd like to amp it up just a bit and take a hover through your right knee. Not much more than an inch or so from your mat. Same thing, front side body lifting, pulling up and in. Keep the length of the back of your neck. So think sliding your shoulders down your back, away from your ears. And stay with your breath, or you can always slow it down. You're here for 10 more seconds. And stay active with a flex through your left foot. For 2, we're going to step left foot to the outside of the left elbow, maybe propping it up to your left palm to give you some space. And just hold that gentle lizard lunge. You can take a little rock through your hips right to left. We're going to turn to your right for our next set for an alternating side lunge. 2 seconds, I'll tuck your toes. Lift the back knee, we're going to rise, turn to your right, and then alternating side lunge right to left. So knees and toes are both facing the same direction. And then bracing through the outer edge of your heel, you should feel that heat in the outer edge of the glute. That's where the press off comes here. Pull your belly button up and in away from your thighs. And you can keep a little hinge at the hips, but not super low with your chest. You're here for 10. A little release for the hip flexors, some length through the front side. We're coming all the way down for a plyo crisscross of the feet. So you're going to plant your palms, push the floor away, and then hop the toes in and out, crisscrossing over the midline. Again, if the hop is too much, you're going to take it from your wide straddle, cross the toes behind the opposite foot. Your knees can bend as much as they need to. You don't have to lock out the legs here, especially if that feels like there's any strain for the hamstring, backside of the body. You can be here. Try to keep your feet as close to your hands as you can. So you're nice and light on the balls of your feet. You're here for 10. We're going to hold our straddle forward fold from here. Almost there. For 2. Land it wide. Last one. Again, you're welcome to take a little ragdoll grip at the elbows. Feet still wide. Toes forward. Little body weight towards the balls of your feet. We're going to turn it back to your left for our next set. For 2, turn to your left. Last one, finding a high lunge from your left foot and just a gentle shift front to back to start pressing off the ball of the right foot. You can stay here, both palms down. You can take the left arm high. You can add a kick off the right toes to tuck right heel towards your right hip. Stay rooted in your left heel. Mindful that doesn't start to hover as you shift forward and back. Pull your belly button in away from your left inner thigh. And push out of your right shoulder. Notice if it feels like there's any pinching to the right side of your neck. Give yourself a little more length. You're almost there. We're coming into a pigeon in 2. Last one, we're going to drop right toes down, left palm down so you can stick the left shin down, right knee down, and soften it. Top of the right foot flat. You can always check back over your right shoulder. You should see the sole of your right foot facing the ceiling. A little bit right hip forward and down. You can also walk it down. Take it to the forearms. And we're up. We're going to rise. Keep the left shin about parallel to the top of your space. You're going to take the right shin out to your right and find a little pulse of your right shin and your right knee up. Flex your right toes in line with your right knee. So your right leg's about a 90-degree angle in line with the edge of the right hip. You can keep your hands down forward a little bit to your left so you can keep your chest back. You can also take them to right center. Flexing the left toes back and pressing down to the pinky toe edge of your left foot, and that will help to stabilize at the outer edge of your left hip. It's a pretty small range of motion here. Doesn't have to be much to be powerful. We're coming to a cow face in 3, 2. Last one, we're going to swing that right leg to cross your right knee on top of the left. If this is too much, you can also let your right heel hover and hug your right knee towards your right shoulder. You can cross your right shin in front of the left. We just have one more set in this round. That's going to be bicycle abs. We're going to take it all the way back for 2 and 1. We'll unwind, uncross fingers behind your head, curl up through the shoulders, left elbow towards your right knee across the midline, and then we'll switch right elbow to left knee. Pull your belly down towards your spine. And you can take this from a flex or point of the toes, but make a choice. Stick with it. Maybe it's a half flex, half point. Keep length of your throat. So your chin will lift a bit, but there's no crunching at the different side, no strain to the back of your neck. You're almost there. Yeah, keep breathing. For 2. Last one. Release back the head down. Hug your shins. Take them a little bit wide towards your shoulders. And just a gentle rock right to left. Some good width across your lower back here. And your first round is done. We're taking 30 seconds here. Again, if you want more time, you're welcome to pause. Our second round is pretty much completely different. We'll work at the other side, and then we'll go back to the first round. For the most part, we'll repeat round A, round B. We can add in a couple of options if you'd like to change it up. All right, in the second round, we're going to start from a hovering table. Plant your palms, hover the knees. We're going to walk it 2 to the right, walk it 2 to the left. So just right to left here. You don't have to take this from your hover. You can take it from your table, knees down, just gentle with your knees. You're always welcome to turn your direction so you have more support of your mat or something underneath the knees here. Mindful that your hips aren't lifting higher than the line of your shoulders. I'm going to stay with that flat neutral spine. And stay with your breath. You're here for 10. Almost there. We're coming to a forearm cat-cow in 2. And with your last one, we'll set the knees down, forearms down, elbows about in line with your shoulders again here. Just a little motion to the spine. Doesn't have to be much. It can be a little rock side to side. It can be a circle. Feeling it out as we get back into that movement. Like ab dips here, so either parallel or interlace. Tuck your toes, hips again in line with your shoulders to drop right to left. As you drop, make sure that you're still pulling up and into your low belly and through the obliques here. Still mindful of your center. Your hips aren't lifting high towards the sky. They're down. Tailbone towards your heels. Keep hugging your elbows in. So there's a little bit of a lift up in the space between your shoulder blades. Not a big round, just some support. For 10. And again, we're coming into a Sphinx. And 2. Last one, hips down. Separate the forearms, give yourself that space. Toes can stay tucked. Feel like a little more active press with the front of your pelvis down. Then tracking the elbows back to broaden your collarbone forward. In the next set, we're coming into that extension of the right leg. So bump the knees in to set it up. Right heel back, flex your right toes, and then tuck right knee towards your right elbow. You can check back in, elbows back under the shoulders. You may start to track a little bit wide. Keep the active flex in your right foot. You can keep your left knee down. You can tuck your left toes to take a little hover through your left knee. Pull your belly up and in, and pull your belly forward away from your thigh. Notice if you feel shortening through the other side of your neck and you slide your shoulders down, you're here for 10. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right elbow in 2. Last one, you can prop it to the palm to give you this space. Right foot down, find your lizard lunge, maybe a little rock through your hips. You can always back your hips up as well if that feels like there's any pull to the front of your left hip, the back of the right. We're alternating Skandasana. Next set, we're turning to your left. So rise, lift the back knee, turn to your left. Similar to your side lunge, you're welcome to take your side lunge, or we're going to drop it down a little further. Take a turn out of the toes or drop your hip towards your heel. The opposite toes are going to flex towards the sky. You can use your hands here. It is a little bit more pressure in the hip here. So maybe you walk it right to the left with the hands, just to give you a little more stability. Same thing, support of the front side body, belly up and in. Mindful that your heel of the rooted foot doesn't lift. For some variations of Skandasana, we hover, but for this one, we're going to stay grounded. 2. The last one, we're going to rise. Turn to your left for a pyramid over your left leg. So left toes all the way out, right toes turn in. Push the outer to the right hip forward. And maybe you need to bend the left knee, walk your hands up to your shin or your thigh. That's okay. Just where you can breathe into the length of the left side. Coming into plyo pendulum leg swings. Walk it down, walk it back to your right. Square it off, clench your palms. And maybe you start with the lift. Legs out right to left. Straight legs as you lift. Pressing high on the ball of the rooted foot. Maybe you swing it right to left. So it's just one toe dropping through center at a time. Flex the feet. And think drawing your feet forward towards your forearms. Still letting the balls of the feet. You're almost there. For 10. We're going to switch our pyramid to the right side. And 3, 2. Last one, land it wide, turn to your right. Fold over the right leg. Same thing, maybe you bend the knee, maybe you walk it up to your shin, to your thigh. The outer edge to the left hip forward. Think squaring your pelvis in line with the ball of the right foot. Now drop it down to our high lunge for a pulse front to back. Frame the right foot, back the left toes up a little bit so you can shift front to back. Belly up and in towards your spine. Maybe you stay. Maybe you take the right arm high. Maybe you press off the ball of the left foot and tuck left heel towards your left hip. Stay rooted in your right heel and grounding it down. Be mindful that you're not dropping into your left shoulder. You're here for 10. Spread the left fingertips nice and wide. For 2, coming down for a pigeon. In 1, you can heel to the right foot to your left or just sweep it to your shin. Left knee down, top of the left foot flat. You can check back over your left shoulder. See the sole of your left foot and the back of your left knee towards the ceiling. You can walk to the forearms, but just a few more seconds here. The next set, we're going to rise. Keep the right shin pretty parallel. You can even bump it farther forward. Take the left knee in line with your left hip. Flex the left toes out to your left and pulse it up. Maybe you press away through the right palm or both hands to keep your chest back. Notice that you're not tilting and resting on the right inner thigh. Maybe you pull belly button, bottom ribs in, and then take thumbs to center. Mindful that your left heel is not drawing in closer to your left butt. In small motion here, you're for 10. We're going to cross the left leg over the right knee for cow face of the legs. In 2. Last one, take the cross, ground your left hip down. Maybe left heel hovers, maybe the knee stocks, maybe you cross left shin in front of the right.
You can stay nice and tall. There's just one more set in our second round. We're coming into supine curl-ups. So in 2 and 1, we're gonna lay it all the way down. Press the heels away, reach the palms overhead, and then squeeze knees in towards your shoulders. Press the palms towards the sky. Keep your belly down and in towards your spine. Your shoulders will hover a little bit as you push away through the palms. The hips may also hover a little bit as you tuck the knees in close. And either an active flex of the feet or an active point with the toes. Either way works. And stay with your breath. You're here for 10. We're gonna rock it up. For bounding, go Baddha Konasana, last one. Take it to a seat. Let the knees fall wide, the soles of your feet fall together. You can connect pinky to edges of your feet, lift your chest tall. If you'd like to take a little fold, you're welcome to. And you have a break here, 30 seconds. You are halfway done. And we'll go back to the first round. For the most part, repeat. You have 10 more seconds of your break. We're going to start from our downward facing dog. So when you're ready, plant your palms hips high, 2 seconds. And 1, jack it out. So again, this is your option. You can take it from your knees. You can tap it right to left, knees or from the toes. If you'd like to add it from your hop, you can hop it forward and back towards the wrists, and then back to your down dog. Stay high. You can take it forward and back without the hop. You can try it. You can change your mind. You're here for 10. Keep pushing the floor away. Holding a downward facing dog in 3, 2, toes, and last one static. Push it away. Think pressing your shoulder blades down to the back of the rib cage. Dolphin push-ups is our next set. You have 2 seconds, so we'll go ahead, set up, drop the knees, drop the forearms, maybe interlace, maybe palms stay rooted, hips back to the sky, shift forward and back. If you need more space, wiggle your toes back a little further. That strong connection, shoulder blades to the back of the rib cage. Front side body, bottom ribs pulling in towards the back. Mindful that the elbows start to splay wide. Think wrapping them in. And squeeze your butt as you shift forward for 10. That will help. Drop the hips. Coming to a Sphinx in 2. Last one, hips all the way down. Separate the forearms. You can drop your chin all the way down to your chest. Fully release the back of your neck. A little motion or hold. You have 10 seconds. The next round, we're going to bump the knees in just so you guys can see and take that extension of left leg. Option take it from both forearms or left palm and the right palm. Left palm in line with your left or your right elbow. We're here. Left leg back, left knee, left elbow. You can stay. You can, again, tuck the right toes, hover the right knee. You can float it, light hops off the ball of the right foot. From right forearm and the left palm, or again, from both forearms or both palms. Just notice what you're doing, so that you can aim to reflect that on the opposite side. Light, controlled for 10. Wrap your left elbow in towards the midline. Almost there. 2. The last one, right knee down gently to step the left foot right back to that lizard lunge. You can stay, fingertips or palms. You can rise to open, both arms high. Left knee in line with your left toes. You can cradle the head, a little more of an arch. When you're ready, you'll rise. Tuck the back toes so you can lift. Turn to your right. Alternating side lunge, right to left. You can keep both feet rooted down. Shifting side to side. Knees and toes forward. You can add a circle knee in towards the midline, up and away to land wide. If you're pressing off and taking a circle, still control belly up and in.
Maybe you slow it down a bit to get that motion. You're here for 10. So close, 2. Landing it wide, last one. Step it open, hands to your hips, hug the elbows in, gentle press hips forward. Keep that space across your chest. Coming all the way down for a plyo, crisscross the feet. Last one, hinge from the hips, plant your palms, push the floor away, light hop. Toes crisscross through the midline. Maybe from your wide stance, you swing that toe behind your opposite foot for a tap. You can also take this again from your knees, just crossing to tap the toes behind the opposite foot or the opposite hip. You always have a lot of options. Sometimes it just feels good to change it up too. So wherever you are, you're here for 10. Keep pushing the floor with your thumbs, right to the index fingers. 2. Land it wide, last one. Straddle fold, you can hold if you'd like to add a shoulder rinse. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Let the fist drop overhead. We're walking it back to your left for a high lunge pulse. Reverse your grip back down. Hands on the shoulders, turn it to your left. Shift front to back. Maybe right palm stays and left arm opens. Maybe you press off, tuck right heel to right hip. Maybe you reach the left arm forward, add that lat pull, squeeze, pull back to the left elbow, pull back to the left shoulder. Create your own resistance here. Keep your left heel rooted down. Still pushing with your right palm to the right shoulder. You're here for 10. Good, in 2, coming down for pigeon. Last one, work the left foot to your right, towards the back of the right wrist. Left knee down towards the base of the left wrist. Right knee down, right foot flat. You can stay high, you can fold. Good, 2 seconds, we're gonna walk it up. Shift right to the outer edge of the left hip, bump your right knee out to your right. You can hold your pulse up here, right toes flexed, line with the right knee. You can add a swing forward, tap across the left knee, swing it back, kick through the right heel. Right knee stays at a hover. Bracing through the outer edge of the left hip, pinky toe edge of your left foot. Pull your belly in away from your left inner thigh. If you're taking that kick back, your chest will shift forward a bit, but you're not dropping, collapsing onto the left leg. Stay strong with the right flex. For 10. We're almost there. Cow face in 3, 2. Last one, take that cross over, right knee on top of the left. You can add an eagle bind if you'd like, maybe wrapping the left arm under the right. Palms can connect, you can have your shoulders. Lift nice and tall up of the spine. Lengthen the back of your neck. Coming out for bicycles in 2. Last one, widen it, cradle the head, lower it down, cross left elbow towards that right knee, and then switch to the midline. You can take it straight right to left. If you'd like to soften it a bit, maybe from knees in the midline to cross, leading back through center, adding in that step, just a little pause. Can be nice and quick. You're here. Keep breathing. So close. For 2. Last one, hug the knees and the shins wide, draw down. Little resistance with your shins into your hands so you can anchor the base of your hips down, on the back of the pelvis. Motion if you like. Good. And we have 30 seconds here and our last round coming up.
And our last round, we're going to start from that hovering table to walk it right to left. And about 5 seconds. So set it up, shoulders stacked. Tuck the toes, hover the knees, walk it 2 to your right. Walk it 2 to your left. Hips stay in line with your shoulders. You can always take this from the knees down if you are. You might want to turn so you have that support of your mat if you're using one. Or you can just shorten the walk. It doesn't have to be really broad. Just coordinating that movement of the same arm, same leg. Lift the front side body up and in. Belly towards your spine, bottom ribs towards each other for 10. So close, 2. Center it, last one, knees down, forearms down for your cat-cow. Maybe big broad motions with your breath, maybe small, maybe just a little shift into both sides. Check in here because our next round, our next set is from your forearms. Elbows right below the shoulders, you can always measure it, forearm distance apart. Either parallel with the forearms or interlaced, and we're here. Walk the toes back, cover the hips to dip right to left. You can still take this dip from the knees, just a little motion with the hips. Mindful that you're still lifting, belly button up and in. If you'd like to add to that hip dip, you can hover an alternating toe. So when you drop the hips to the right, left heel hovers, left toes flex, through center reconnect, and then switch. So that top foot lifts. It's going to stay parallel to your bottom foot for 10. 2, dropping it down for Sphinx. Last one. Square it off to center. You can open the forearms. Wrap the shoulders down away from your ears. Draw your belly button just gently forward, away from your pelvis. In the next set, we're going to take that extension or the float with the right leg back. So you can set it up here. Knees down, either forearms or right palm down and left forearm down. Right palm in line with your left elbow, right heel back. Right into right elbow. Left toes can stay down, left knee can stay down. You can take it from your hover. You can add that little hop, nice and gentle, off the ball of your left foot. Mindful that you're still wrapping the left palm and the root of your left thumb down. Wrap your right elbow in towards the center, so it's not winging super wide. Push out of both shoulders for 10. Landing super light on the ball of the left foot. For 2. Stepping it forward, left knee down. Last one, right foot to the outer to the right wrist. You can stay, supporting your lunge. You can rise, you can open. You can create a little arch. We're alternating a Skandasana. We're going to turn to your left next set. Rise, bump it up, turn to your left. You can start with your side lunge. You can drop it lower through your Skandasana, with or without the hands. You can be here. If you'd like to add to your Skandasana, if you can get the hips pretty low, we're going to drop it back to a seat, with or without the hands. Shift forward to find your lift. Switch. Drop it back. Shift forward. If you'd like to add that sit, once you get the hips down, you can turn towards the extended leg, dip the opposite knee in, open it, rise, switch, sit it back, gentle, opposite knee drops in, toes stay in line with the knee, open, shift forward to catch. Just 2 more. The last one, we're gonna rise, turn pyramid to your left. Square out the hips to the left side, walk it up as high. Pull your belly in and down, away from your hips. We're turning to your right, plant your palms, let pendulum swing with the legs. Maybe you keep bottom foot down to rise and lift as high as you can. Hover the rooted heel. Maybe you hop it out right to left. Keep the toes flexed. You're gonna add to your pendulum hop. You can also take little baby cartwheels wide, up and over through center. You can keep that top leg extended, or to control just a bit, you can bend the knee. So think still baby cartwheel, up and over. Maybe you catch it. Maybe it lingers in the center. Be where you're comfortable. For 2. Last one, turn to your right for your pyramid over the right leg. You can support with the hands. Maybe right knee is bent. Maybe you walk it up. Maybe you take that wrap, opposite form, and then foot. Keep pushing away through the ball of your right foot.
You're gonna drop it down for our lunge pulse. Frame the right foot, bump the left toes back, bend your right knee in line with your right toes, shift forward and back. You can stay. Rooting the left palm, maybe you open right arm. Maybe you press off left toes, tuck left heel towards your butt. Maybe you take that reach out of the right side body. Add a lat pull back. Squeeze with the right shoulder as you pull. And sink with the left heel. And creating your own resistance, like you're trying to drag something back with the right hand. For 10. Still belly in, away from your right inner thigh. You're almost there. Pigeon in 2. Last one, set it down. Right shin down, left knee down. Left hip forward. You can check in over the left shoulder. You can soften it. We're so close. Rising to support with the right shin in 2. Last one, lift it up. Right shin about parallel to the top of your space. Take the left knee out to your left. Along with the left hip. Flex your toes. Pulse it up. You can stay here. Bracing with the pinky toe to the right foot. You can cross it over. Tap the left heel over the right. And then kick it all the way back. Like you're hovering through an open half pigeon as you kick through the heel. Keep your left toes actively flexed in line with your left knee. Check in. Pull your belly button in away from your right inner thigh. You can still use the hand here, one or both. You can keep it in towards your chest. Shoulders still down your back. You're so close. You're coming into a cow face in 2. Last one, cross that left knee over your right. You can stay. You can take the wrap with the arms, right elbow under the left. Press both shoulders down. You can lift the elbows away. So space of your chest, both sides of your neck. We have just one more set. We're coming into crow up. So you can take it from your back, or we're going to rock it all the way forward. So either way, we're here. Open it, press the palms overhead, heels away. Maybe you tuck in, knees towards the armpits from the back. Maybe you rock it up, catch on the sits bones. Press the palms in the direction of your feet. If you'd like to add on from here, maybe you rock it all the way up. Catch your crow with or without letting the toes tuck and stay down, or you can tuck the heels in towards your hips. Take your time. Now drop it down. Open it with control, all the way back up. Catch your crow, maybe, and then take it back. You're almost there. Open, catch it. Last one. We're going to drop it down for your Baddha Konasana, knees wide. Nice job. You made it. Just have a little bit of a cool down now. Through here. You can roll the shoulders back a couple times. All right. We're going to draw both knees in towards each other. Lower all the way onto your back. You can take the knees with you. Add a little circle, both knees away from the midline. And then we're going to hook right heel over the left knee for a figure 4 stretch. You can keep the left foot rooted down. You can thread right arm underneath the right calf, left arm around the left thigh to behind your left thigh or around your left shin. Gently draw your left knee in towards your left shoulder. I think actively trying to lift your right knee away from your right shoulder. Gentle flex of the right toes towards your right knee. Doesn't have to be really strong. One more big breath. And we'll unthread. We're going to keep that figure 4 cross. Plant the sole of the left foot. Plant both palms towards the outer edges of the hips. Wrap the shoulders and press with the left heel. Press the palms in your shoulders. Squeeze your butt. Lift your hips up. Let your right knee drop down. But squeeze your right butt to lift your right hip up. One more big breath. Nice and gentle, lower it. I'm going to cross the right leg a little further. Just let it slide. So you're in the half eagle. Wrap the legs. Drop both knees to the left for supine twist. You can spread the right arm a little wider. Even cactus it to your right. Let your right shoulder draw down. If it feels like it's too much with the cross of the knees, you're always welcome to uncross. Just let the knees stagger or stack however they land to your left side. Let the right side body unwind.
One more big breath. With the exhale, draw your belly towards your spine as you bring it back to center. Maybe a little rock through right to left. And we'll switch out that figure four. You can plant the right foot. Hook your left heel just on top of the right thigh. Flex your left toes back towards your left knee. And then we'll lift. Tip the left arm underneath the left calf. Right arm around. You can hug behind your right thigh. You can hug around your right shin. And then draw right knee down towards your right shoulder. Think lifting the left knee away. One more big breath. And release the grip. Keep the figure four cross. Plant the sole of the right foot. Feel for that alignment. Right toes in line with the knee. Plant your palms. Straighten the hips. Wrap the shoulders in a little closer. Squeeze your butt. Push down for the right heel. Hips up. Your left knee will naturally be a little higher than the right. That's okay. Let it draw down towards your mat. Squeeze your left butt also to lift your left hip up. You're working to level up your pelvis. Just a little support, belly towards your spine. One more big breath in. With the exhale, gently, with control, lower it down. Slide the left foot a little farther to cross the knees. Let both knees drop heavy to the right side. And you can open left arm wide to your left. Extended cactus, however you'd like, with the left side. Lengthen and unwind. You can soften your gaze, close your eyes. Drop in here. One more big breath in. With the exhale, belly to your spine, bring it to center, uncross. Take a little pedal of the heels towards the ceiling. Just release through both hips. You can pause, both heels stacked up. If you have a wall close by, you can also adjust so you can take legs up the wall. And then take as much time as you have this morning there. Letting everything drain. Concentrating, pulling in your center. You can stay as you are. Your heels are hovering, maybe dropping your knees in towards your chest. If you'd like to curl up to give yourself one last squeeze, compression, a tight hug, wrapping the forearms around your shins, belly to your spine. Pull everything and take a big breath in. With the exhale, release. Let your arms, your legs open. Whatever shape is comfortable for you. Take up space. Be here, take your time. As long as you have today. I'll leave you guys here. So good to have you sharing this virtual space, your practice. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.